Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming to my channel, d.vs.debt. This is D, and today's a little bit different because I'm going to be sharing a screen to show you step by step how to use CashApp if you've been following my investing journey where I'm doing my $1 investing challenge and you're interested in doing something similar yourself, but you've never used CashApp. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. I use Apple products, so I'm going to go into the App Store and search CashApp, pretending this is the first time I've used it. However, because I've already downloaded it, it only gives me the option to open it and not to actually download it. But if it's your first time, then you're just going to select download. It's a free app, so you don't have to worry about paying any money for it, and it'll be good to go. So here is the preview that I'm going to do a walkthrough just to show you why I like CashApp so much. It lets you pay people instantly. So as you can see, they have their CashApp handle there. They all start with the $sign. So let's pretend that you want to send money to somebody on this list. You would put in their CashApp handle, or you can look them up by email or by phone number as well. You can put a little note. So for example, happy birthday and a cake emoji, and then you hit pay and it sends the money to their account automatically, instantly, which is great. You can also buy, sell, and send Bitcoin through CashApp, which is a really cool feature. However, I don't particularly use that yet. All I use it is for investing. So the thing I love about investing through CashApp is that there are no fees. Also, it starts with as little as $1 that you can invest with. So again, I don't have to pay a fee. It's free through CashApp to do my investing. And I can do as little as a $1 investing, which is why I chose it for my $1 investing challenge, where I purchase $1 worth of fractional shares in every company that I make a purchase at. I do have specific requirements for which ones I buy, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more once we're actually in the investing screen. And basically what I'm looking for is their dividends, whether or not they pay dividends, and that's what I decide to buy. You can do direct deposit. You can link a bank account to CashApp, and there's also a way to actually deposit cash, physical cash, into your CashApp. So because this is a cash budgeting channel, I'm going to be showing you how to do that as well, because it's surprisingly simple. Unfortunately, that's the only one that has a fee associated with that. So we'll get into that a little bit more deeply in a second when we're actually inside the app itself. The next cool feature that CashApp has is that you can actually have a physical debit card linked to the app, and you can select boosts, which are basically instant coupon codes, instant discounts that are linked to that debit card wherever you swipe it. So for example, right now the one you're looking at says 10% off of DoorDash. So when that person swipes that debit card for a DoorDash transaction, they'll automatically get 10% taken off. At the bottom of the screen is where you'll find the boost menu, where you can swipe left or right, just kind of like a dating app, to find the boost that you're interested in and then add it to your account to be connected to your debit card. So the biggest one I've seen is a 50% off McDonald's one. My personal favorite one is 15% off at Starbucks, but you have to be careful. So for example, in my town, the only Starbucks is inside a Safeway. So when you run a transaction, even though it's at the Starbucks counter, it shows up as a Safeway transaction, so your boost won't attach to it. So just be careful with little details like that. If it's a standalone Starbucks, then I would automatically get my 15% discount if I happen to have chosen that particular boost to add to my debit card. The nice thing too is that you can design your own debit card. So I have the plain black one at the very top menu. I'm pretty flabbergasted by that glow-in-the-dark debit card. I mean, if that's your thing, I like shiny things, so if it was shiny, I'd pick it. I just don't understand why you'd want a card that glows in the dark. If you're going to do a transaction in the dark, that means there's no power, so how the heck is that going to work? Anyways, you can have fun designing your debit card. Again, it's free and it shows up in your mailbox pretty darn quickly, so I am impressed by that as well. Because I already have my CashApp set up and running, I'm not able to show you step by step on my screen how to do it, but here are the steps. Really straightforward. You download the app, you create an account, you link it to your bank using a debit card, so just the number on your debit card, and then you add money into your Cash App. And from there, you're ready automatically to start sending money to friends, to buy stuff, to invest, all of that. So a really quick, straightforward, easy process. So once you launch your Cash App, when you open it up, then you're ready to set up your account. So you're going to enter either your phone number or your email address in that very first screen that you see on the left-hand side. Depending on the one that you go with is how they're going to send you your secret code to activate your account. So let's say you entered in your phone number, then you'll receive that code by text, and then you'll put it into the second screenshot where it says please enter the code sent to and your phone number. So you would just punch it into there using that little number pad at the bottom. And then you're pretty much ready to set up. So once you enter your zip code, you're going to create a cash tag. But that's basically your handle for your Cash App. It's going to start with a $, and then you come up with whatever name you want. It'll let you know if that name's taken or not. Once you find one that's not, you're ready to go. You enter your debit card account and you're all set. So let's go ahead and open up my Cash App. There are different ways to send money. You can either scan a QR code, which Cash App will generate for you, or you can manually type it in. Like here, it gives you the option at the bottom to either request money from someone or to select pay to send money to someone. So any of those ways will work. It's whatever strikes your fancy and works the best for you. If you do want to use your QR code, then there are two different screens to work with. You can either have the code screen where you show your screen to the person that's going to send you money, or you're going to have the screen that you actually put over the person's QR to be able to read it. So this is what the scan screen looks like. It's currently black because I have my camera turned off. However, it's pretty easy to figure out. So let's say manually you're just going to do it instead of scanning the fancy QR codes, and you physically put in the dollar amount and whether you're requesting the money or you're choosing to pay the money to somebody else. Then from there, you just put in their either Cash App handle, their email, or their phone number, and it'll walk you through the process of how to send it to them. So now let's go ahead and go in the upper right-hand corner. When you're in Cash App, you're going to find your personal information. One of the very first things you're going to see is that you can invite friends or refer them to use Cash App. So I'm going to go ahead and put my referral code on the screen. So the way that the referral codes work is that if you sign up using the link in my description box or by manually entering my referral code, which is WQTGSDD, then you'll get $5 deposited into your Cash App account once you do a transaction of $5 or more within 14 days of having signed up for that account. The awesome thing about that is once you start sharing your referral code, your friend gets $5 if they do the $5 transaction in 2 weeks or less, and then you get $15 deposited into your account. So if anybody uses my referral code, thank you so very much. Anything that gets put into my Cash App account, whether it's through a referral or just by sending it directly to my Cash App handle, will be used for investing, and you'll watch me do the transaction on my channel. Other areas in this section include your personal information. I obviously won't open that here because I don't want my phone number and address shared on the interwebs with stranger dangers. But here is the account section. You can link a debit card, you can link a bank account with your account number and your routing number, and you can link a credit card. There's lots of different ways to add money to your Cash App account, including how I'll show you how to do cash deposits into it. There are limits to the amounts of money that you can send or add. There are no limits to how much money you can receive into your Cash App account. So that's just good information to know. Another helpful section to know about is the bottom section where it says documents. Here, when you're preparing for your taxes, you do have the ability to pull up documents for your monthly statements, for your tax documents in terms of your investments. So it's just a quick overview of where to look for in terms of those documents. So because this is a cash budgeting channel, let's go ahead and look in the section that says paper money. And this will show you where you can go deposit physical cash and have it be put into your Cash App account. So it'll open up a map. Let's say you're in Tucson and you're looking around for an area that's close by. it'll show you little icons that show you where you can go make cash deposits into your Cash App. So let's bring up Walmart. It says the address and that you have to do it at the service desk. So when you go to the service desk, then you have to show them the barcode. So right underneath the button that says directions is a button that says barcode. When you open that up, it's gonna open up the screen that you're gonna show to the cashier. So there's the directions. They're gonna scan that little screen. Just keep in mind though that when you do deposit physical cash into your Cash App account, that you do have a $1 fee. So this is really the only fee that I know of that's associated with Cash App so far in the time that I've been using it. And it also has a minimum. In this case, you have to deposit at least $5. That's the only other minimum that I've seen when it comes to Cash App. All right, so let's get into investing. When you open up your Cash App and go to the home screen, scroll way down to the bottom and almost all the way over to the right bottom side is the icon with the little squiggly line pointing up. That's the one that's going to take you into investing, which is what I'm about to show you. The one at the very far right is the Bitcoin sign. So that's the one where you would go if you specifically want to invest, trade, or give Bitcoin. So let's go look into investing. So once you're in the investing section, the first thing you see is how much you've invested overall. Right underneath it, you have a section of news articles to browse through that are constantly being updated. So maybe you might want to do a little bit of reading up on certain companies or certain stocks before you actually invest or decide to sell them. So that's where you would kind of look through that information. Underneath, it gives you your total number invested and how much your gains or losses are. And then right underneath that is your list of stocks that you own. But I really like that sort by feature, that little button that I'm about to open up. So it lets you sort by different categories. Maybe you want to look at how each individual stock has done daily or overall. So in this case, I did the daily percentage change. And so I can see it arranges them depending on which one's doing best, down to which one is doing worse on this particular day. The next section is the following section. So in here you can create a list of stocks that you're maybe interested in, but you haven't quite bit the bullet on and decided to buy yet. So I just like to keep a list here of stocks that I've learned about by watching YouTube or by reading about somewhere, and I just add to this list. So I'll be showing you how to create this list in a minute, but it's just a handy reference to have so I can go back and take some more looks at, do I really want to buy this? Should I, jump into this share and get it? So it's just a nice feature to have as you're doing your research. The next feature that it has is that it breaks up your shares into different categories. So let's say you're looking for a specific category that you're wanting to invest into. Let's say you want to buy technology. So in here it has a list of different shares. So let's go ahead and look into Tesla. We're going to see how Tesla is doing to decide whether or not we want to invest in it. So we can look at how it's performing daily by selecting by D for day, W for week, M for month, Y for year, and all for overall. This helps us decide if this is something that we're looking into seriously or not. Right underneath that, you can buy the share, you can follow and add it to that list that I just showed you. And the little present icon will help you buy a share and donate it to somebody else who also uses Cash App. So for example, this week, Champagne from Champagne's Corner was very, very sweet and purchased and gifted a fractional share of Coca-Cola to add to my portfolio. So this is great for Christmas, for birthdays, things like that where you want to give somebody a gift of money, basically that'll grow over time. Underneath that, you have a section of news related specifically to that share that you're looking at or to the company that you're looking into. And it has an about section, so you can learn a little bit of history about the company itself, in addition to learning about who's the CEO, how many employees, where is this located at, or where the headquarters are, what the ticker symbol is. And underneath it, there's information such as how much the full share is. If you want to buy the entire share, there's your price. What I like to look at is in the next screen that I'm going to slide over, and that is whether or not the companies pay dividends. So some companies don't pay dividends. Some companies pay monthly dividends, and a lot of companies pay quarterly dividends, which are dividends that are deposited into your account every 3 months if they're quarterly. So as you can see at the bottom here where it says dividend yield, this particular company does not pay a dividend. So in my own personal case, I wouldn't invest in this company for this particular account because this account is just for growing dividends. Underneath that, you can look at the company's financial information, how they're doing annually, how they're doing quarterly, whether or not they made or lost money. So here is their earnings section, just to give you an idea. And then they look at analysts' ratings and whether or not they think you should hold it, you should buy it, you should sell it. And the very last thing at the bottom is what category that particular stock falls under. Another useful section towards the bottom of CashApp when you're in the investing section is the most traded monthly list. So here you can scroll through and see the companies that are being traded the most. But there's also another section right underneath is where it breaks it down by daily movers. So you get to track how companies are doing, which ones are being good growers, which ones are dropping a lot. And again, it gives you an idea of where to invest. And the very last thing that you'll see at the very bottom of CashApp is if this is your very first time investing, it has a cute little slideshow that teaches you about buying your very first stock. So it's funny that it says we wrote a book to teach people about investing. Don't worry, it's mostly pictures. So even though it's simple and very visual, it does have helpful information if it's your very first time investing. So when you scroll to the very top of the investing section of CashApp, there's that search bar that says search stocks and companies. You can either start typing in the name of the company or their ticker symbol. So in this case, you can look it up by Krispy Kreme or by their ticker symbol, DNUT, donut. So the way I do my investing challenge is I buy $1 of fractional shares in every company that I make a purchase at or pay a bill at if they are a company that pays dividends. So what I do first is I look at their performance. So I go through and press daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and overall. And in this case, Krispy Kreme isn't doing so hot. They keep trending down. So now what I do is I learn a little bit more about them and I look at the share price. So in this case, it's only $15.64 per share. Very, very cheap. They also do pay a dividend of almost 1%. Not a very impressive dividend, but for some people it's good. For some people, they might want a higher one. So if I wanted to invest in this, I would go to the section that says buy. And in here, I would manually type in the amount. Again, with CashApp, you can invest as little as $1. For me, however, I'm not going to invest in Krispy Kreme. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase a fractional share of Coca-Cola due to the fact that I've been on a no spend this week, which means I haven't purchased at any stores, which means I can't do my investing challenge this week. But I want to show you how to buy a share. So what you're going to do then is on the menu with those three options that you have, buy, sell, or gift, then you're going to go ahead and select buy. From there, a number menu is going to pop up and you select how much you want to buy. Remember with CashApp, you can do as little as $1. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my dollar because I invest $1 in every company that I make a purchase at or pay a bill at. So it tells me, okay, you're going to buy $1 worth of Coca-Cola. It's going to happen tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning because the market happens to be closed. So if it was open, the transaction would go through immediately. But because the market is already closed for the day, then I have to wait for it to open up the following day. So there it is. It says your $1 share will be placed tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning. So that's when I officially will own that particular stock. So that is all there is to it. If you do need more help with CashApp, you can just go to the CashApp website and scroll through their help section to look at the different topics that you might need particular help with, whether it's how to do a direct deposit, whether it's how to send money to somebody else. Anything that you need is all listed on that website. If you happen to have any questions, please let me know by writing in the comments below what you want to learn a little bit more about. But honestly, CashApp is so simple, so straightforward, so user-friendly, and it's made investing very easy for me and very fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.